Hello guys, the DB Grinder here, back at it again with another video, and this time we have Biscotto versus Amai, and this is going to be a $100 Iron Man 2v2. The winning team will win 100, the losing team will lose 100. Also, make sure to check out the Coliseum Discord, link down below in the description if you want to play in Iron Mans or money matches yourself, and we also host tournaments there too. Then we're going to see Amai decide to go first, 41 versus 40. We have Inclusion, Talents, Inclusion, Soufflador, and Called By. They have Druisworm, Fua, Cat, Baldrake, and MTP07. Okay, so Maliss should be winning this game. You know, drawing no hand traps against Maliss, typically really bad. Normal Cat effect to go banish, draw on the field spell plus Cat. And then activate field spell, banish Dormouse effect, pay 300, special summon out. And then Dormouse effect to go banish Rabbit, pay 300, special. And then activate the effect to go set. And then that'll set the GWC06. Link off into Link Decoder, and then use all three to link off into White Binder. And then activate Coder, Chainlink 2, Binder, Chainlink 1, banishing Cat. So special summon out, banish the Cat, pay 300 to special summon out the Cat. And then White Binder effect, set the TB11, banish, bring out Rabbit, and then activate White Binder, pay 900, special, draw 1, draws into another Fua. Okay, not a good draw, obviously. But that's fine. Like, we are already in a very good position anyhow. Make the Cryptor now, and then link off to make SP effect, banish Cryptor special summon itself out, and then go ahead and pass turn. We also have Cryptor effect that can put back MTP07 to banish, and then we'll be able to White Rabbit to set the MTP07 from the deck. But even though this is like a small looking end board, it's still a solid end board. Like, you have banish off SP, banish off Cryptor, you have summon White Binder, which gets you to MTP07 banish, you have Baldrake, you have Druisworm. These aren't the greatest in this matchup though, like for their hand effect banished. They drew into another Soufflador, and then go main phase, activate Inclusion to go ahead and search, and then in response, chain the Cryptor to go ahead and banish that. Activate Talents to draw into Soufflanier plus Fua. Okay, Called By, target White Binder. That seems like a weird time to do it, but I guess they're trying to play around Bisteals, but they're going to chain the GWC06 in response to that, to go ahead and summon that out. And then they gain 23, and then, yeah, no effect of it. Okay, I mean, they can still trigger it later. Multiple ways. They could Baldrake, tribute it, and then banish it off Druisworm. They could SP banish it. So now they're going to go activate the Soufflanier effect, discard Inclusion, special summon out, and then pop itself, effect to go special from deck. Go ahead, bring out the Tristaros, and then activate Soufflador to pop and special summon out, and then activate the Soufflador effect to go ahead and dump 2 from the deck to the graveyard, chain SP to banish White Binder plus the Soufflador, because now they're going to go ahead, dump the Smyger and the Tizvern. And then now we're going to get White Binder to summon out, and White Binder can go ahead and banish 2 from their graveyard. Honestly, it's probably just all 3 from their graveyard, because they have the Bestial for Rabbit. Yeah, it's probably just the Inclusion, Monster Searcher, and Spell Trap Searcher, which is, like, huge, right? Pay 900, special. Do they draw Hand Trap? No, they draw Field Spell. It's, like, fine, though. Effect to go banish. Yeah, go ahead, just banish 3 from their grave, and then they admit defeat. On to game number 2 now. We'll go ahead and see Crystron go first. We have Pot of Prosperity, Nib, Citry, Terratop, and Monster Searcher. They have Crossout, Dominus Impulse, Shifter, Cat, and Fua. Okay, so, I mean, their hand honestly isn't the strongest. Like, I know they have Shifter, Fua, which is, like these are some really strong cards overall, but they don't have very strong engine yet. Then they're going to go ahead, drop Shifter during the draw phase, and then special summon out Terratop. Terratop effect goes Surge, grab out the Butt Face Tom, and then activate Pot of Prosperity. Try to go ahead and hit non-engine like Lancia, but I was going to say, they want to hit Lancia, but we know they have the out to Lancia, because you definitely, like, Lancia is, like, fine in this matchup, too. Like, it actually, like, works against Crystron, so it's actually, like, not as bad of a cross-out target, too. Because it's, like, okay to draw in this matchup. It's not like Rizio where, like, oh, I drew Lancia. This card's just a complete dud. They don't hit Lancia there. They have to choose between, like, Judgment and Ash, because Ogre doesn't even work under Shifter. And also, if they know about Ogre, it becomes infinitely worse. Said, where is Lancia? I took them out of your deck when you weren't looking. Okay, so go ahead, grab the Judgment, and I'm going to look what they banished off the Pot of Prosperity. So we can see they play the Infinite track, which most likely means that they play the Therion King also. That's typically what this means. Then we can see Zeus banished. We can also see Typhon banished. Okay. Special summon out the butt face Tom and then drop Fua. Then they just go set Judgment, set the Citri, and then pass. Okay. This is a interesting set. I'm trying to think about why they would do that exactly. I'm not sure. I guess it gets it in rotation, so that way you can get rid of it faster. I guess like next turn, like normal summon this isn't the strongest unless if you have a body with it. Okay. So go ahead, pass to draw Nib, and then go main phase. So normal summon out Cat, link off in the link decoder, and then Cat, pay 300, special summon itself out, because you know we're under shifter still. Battle phase, attacking the Citri, take some damage, but it was worth the risk. Like, maybe it was just like Valor or something that you could actually beat over. Then Cat beat over the Takum Tomborg. Then go ahead and go for SP. And then attempt to summon. They're going to go ahead and judgment that. And then set pass. Also, why would we beat over Tom and not beat over Terratop? I feel like you'd want to beat over the one with more attack, right? I feel like the defense doesn't really matter. Pass. They draw Souffledore. Then I guess like... No, I really don't get it. I guess it's like okay. I guess it's not like that big of a deal. And then they draw Souffledore there, so go main phase, tribute summon for Souffledore, effect, go ahead, dump the cluster plus the Smiger, and then Smiger effect, go ahead, search, grab out the inclusion from the decks of the hand, okay, activate inclusion to go ahead, search out the Soufflenier, and then, okay, we're on summon 1 so far, Soufflenier effect, discard the special summon out, they Dominus Impulse that, and it was also set, so they're not locked out of using the effects. Then go ahead and bring out the Synchro 7 effect to add back the cluster, and then activate the Monster Searcher. Go ahead, grab out the Smiger from the decks of the hand, battle phase, swing, and then main phase 2, set pass. So yeah, playing around Nib. They draw into Druis Worm, and then they just go ahead and emit defeat. So on to the next game, we'll go ahead and we will see Amai go first. Opening hands, we have Nib, Tristaros, Fua, Lancia, Inclusion. Okay, solid hand, solid hand. They have Baldrake, Metaltronus, MTP07, Shifter Ash, and they brick. Okay, try to go main phase, they're going to drop Lancia in standby phase, and they're like, yeah, nice. Like, that's like what we want. We want you to waste a card. It's like when you brick and your opponent goes, standby phase, Fua or Peruli, and you're like, yes, we're both starting with 5 cards this game. Okay, so they go ahead, set MTP07. They're thinking if they want to drop Shifter, so they go end phase Shifter, okay. Then go ahead, pass to draw Cluster. They're thinking if they wanted to be under Shifter on their next turn, / playing the Called By. But technically you could play around Called By waiting until they commit to a monster and then Baldrake, but then your Shifter becomes a little bit worse anyhow. They draw Cluster, then go normal Tristaros, activate the inclusion, they go search, and then they said the search is fine, go ahead, grab out the Souffledore, and then activate Souffledore to go ahead, pop inclusion special, and then effect to go dump, which there's actually a decent chance that we ash this. Yeah, I think we do ash this, because otherwise they can make Synchro 7, like they're gonna dump Cluster. Like, that's what they're thinking, right? Dump Cluster, make Synchro 7, add back Cluster, and they want to prevent that. Yeah, so they go ahead and ash that, and then they get to activate the Tristaros effect, and they're going to chain MTP07 because they don't want them to make FA Don Dragster. So go ahead, special summon out from the deck, and then bring out the Soufflenier. Then go ahead and Synchro off into the Synchro 7, and then effect to add back follow-up, grab back the inclusion. Battle phase, go ahead, swing, get some pretty good damage in there, which is, is also pretty good against Maliss, just getting the damage in, but it's not like that was, like, enough damage to prevent Maliss from being able to play. They're still at 35. Set Cluster, pass, they draw into White Rabbit, and then normal summon out Dormouse. On summon, they're gonna go ahead, flip Cluster, and then no effect to Cluster. Okay. Normal Dormouse, like, now activate the Dormouse effect. Go ahead, banish the White Rabbit, pay to summon itself out, and then effect to go set. Could have gone for Cat, but if they go for Cat, then they could just pop on summon. But now Rabbit's going to go ahead and set the TB11. And then anything on res? Nope. And now from here, we're going to go TB11, banish Dormouse, special summon out Cat, and then activate Dormouse, pay 300, special summon out. And then on that summon, because now they're threatening like Link 3, they can't use Cat effect because it's summon off this. They're going to go ahead, cluster, pop the White Rabbit plus the Cat. Popping Cat is a little bit interesting there though, right? Because now they could just Bestial it instead of having to make Link 1 and then Bestial it. I guess the difference isn't that big of a difference, but I feel like making them go through a Link 1 might be a little bit better. Baldrake, go ahead, banish, special summon out, and then activate Cat effect to summon itself out. Then on Cat summon, we have Nib. So go ahead and tribute everything, pass over token. It's a pretty big token, but Cluster can out it really easily. And then they're thinking here about what they can do, because they do have Metaltronus. But all that's going to do is, what, summon their own Nib from deck? Because, like, you can't even go for, you can't even go, like, Detonator, because you can't special anything from the extra except for Links, but that doesn't even matter. It's, like, the same thing, Nib and Detonator. We've already normal summoned. Link 2s aren't going to get us anywhere. We've gone through all 3 effects. Yeah, so that should just be game. Yeah, they go ahead and just submit defeat. Then GG's. And then on to the next game, we see Nicholas is going up next, and we have Judio YGO versus Biscotto. Okay, then we'll go ahead and we will see Biscotto win the rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Decide to go first. 40 versus 41. We have Sage, Wishes, Druid Worm, Wishes, and Magma Mutt, which also, you gotta be a little bit salty that you drew like your only hand traps are Bestials versus Crystron. Then they have Ogre, Imperm, Citri, Fua, Veiler. Alright, never mind. You're happy that your only hand traps are monsters that can put themselves on field for free. It's crazy how that changed, that changed in that quick, right? Like, that's crazy. That's crazy. They're going to go ahead, pass, draw into Lordly Load, and then activate the Lordly Load. Go ahead, search out the barrel from the deck to the hand, and then normal summon, effect to go set, and then in response, they're going to go ahead and Veiler that. Then on res, they're going to drop Fua. Okay. Then they link off, make Spirit. They draw into Soufflenier, and then Spirit effect. They're going to imperm that. Activate Wishes, discard Wishes. Yeah, maybe we could have done this before we made the link. Give them less chance of having Ash Blossom. Then go ahead and grab out the Maiden of White and grab out the Roar of the Blue-Eyed Dragons. Then activate Maiden of White. Go ahead, discard, place True Light, and then activate Sage effect, discard itself, send Spirit, go ahead, bring out Blue Eyes from the deck. Also, this is my favorite Blue Eyes artwork, I think. Like, if I play DB, this is the one I want to rock with. Then they go ahead, draw on the Ash there. Then thinking if they want to use Maiden effect, but they said, nope, I'm just going to go Druid Worm, banish, special summon out. Yeah, there's no point in using Maiden if they're just going to summon 2 Bestials and try to swing for a game. They may as well leave the Maiden engraved, so that way if they get hit with Nib, then they can still True Light, special, Maiden summon. Then go ahead, Bestial Magma Mutt, banish, special summon out, and then effect to search during end phase, which will get hit with Ghost Ogre there. And then activate Lordly Load effect to go ahead and special summon out from the deck. It does summon in defense though, so they're going to go ahead, bring out Blue Eyes, they draw into Butt Face Tom, Maiden of White, special summon out, and then use those to make Spirit. And then they draw into Ash, and they go ahead and emit defeat. And then they said, where is my Nibs? Sad face. So now moving on to game 2, we'll see the Crystron deck go first. We have Maiden of White, Veiler, True Light, Imperm, Lancia. So not a very great hand. It's okay, though. They have Therion King, Terratop, Buttface Tom, Imperm, and Citri. So go main phase. You keep drawing the Citri card. They're going to go ahead, drop Lancia. It's a 1 of 2. It's like the one card in the engine you really don't want to draw. Summon out Terratop, summon out the Dakum Tomborg. I guess this is another card you don't want to draw, but like not in engine. Then make Cherubini effect. Go ahead, dump follow-up, but also dump a machine. Okay, but they're going to normal Citri to make the SP just to have more interruptions. And summon out Therion King, equip the Citri, and then set Imperm pass. So they got a little bit of follow-up engraved. They have SP, so, like a little bit of pieces of follow-up, plus a little piece of interruption there. Draw field spell, imperm on the Therion King. They said okay, and then that falls off because this was negated. Then activate Maiden of White. And also, since this got hit with imperm, they don't have to use this as a negate, which means SP doesn't have to banish itself. It can also banish the Therion King off field, which is like, you know, that's something to note. So they're gonna go Maiden, place True Light, go ahead, set Wishes, activate Wishes, discard Veiler. Remember, this is negated, so they're definitely, you know, not gonna use that there. They're gonna go ahead, grab out Roar, and then grab out Sage from the decks of the hand, and then now normal Sage, activate Sage effect, and then in response, they're thinking if they want to SP imperm or just SP or do nothing. Like, you know, there's tons of options there. So SP, banish, let that resolve. Go ahead, grab out Veiler from the deck to the hand. Yeah, it's not like you like really need to like imperm this card because they've already gone through the Maiden of White. So this card like loses a decent amount of its value. Roar, go ahead, bring out Blue Eyes, and then Maiden effect, special summon itself out from the grave. Activate Wishes to go ahead and equip the Neos Blue Eyes, so that way now our Blue Eyes cannot be targeted because we can banish that. Then we're also going to go ahead and make the Tyrant there, which Tyrant's also cool. It can reset something like Imperm from the grave. Then activate Field Spell effect, target Maiden, and then Chain Maiden effect to try to special summon back out from the grave, and they're going to Imperm that. Okay. Wait, they use this effect, right, to target? Yeah, I was going to say, that's the only way that you'd be able to go ahead and do that. So they needed to still go ahead and dump a Blue Eyes there, but it looks like they forgot. Make Spirit effect, Tribute, special summon back out Blue Eyes, extra normal summon out effect Veiler, and then go ahead and use those to make a Blue Eyes Spirit Dragon, battle phase, attack over. Also, that could have just been done better, right? Right? Because you could just use this. Like, this doesn't have to summon in defense. And also it says that only if you summon an effect monster by this effect, it can't attack. So we could have summoned Blue Eyes and attack and just got more damage in that way. Now we're going to go battle phase, beat over, then attack directly, and then activate the effect to go ahead and set Imperm. Then go ahead and go end phase, bring back out Therion King, bring out Sage, and then pass turn. They draw on the nib, so go main phase, battle phase, try to beat over, because if they start with this effect, they'll just negate it. And then, like, if you try to negate, then they'll just, like, tag out, and, like, sure, like, the graveyard effect will still go through, but they're still getting so much value off this card. So in battle phase, they're going to imperm the Therion King, and then activate Spirit to go ahead, tribute, bring out the Blue Eyes Ultimate Spirit Dragon, beat over Sage, sure. And then main phase 2, make Typhon effect, attach, bounce back to Tyrant, and then activate the effect of Banish and go Surge, grab out the Inclusion from the decks of the hand, activate Inclusion, go Surge, grab out Cluster from the decks of the hand, and then set Cluster. And then end phase, the Synchro will go ahead and be destroyed, and they can't use the effect of special summon back out because Typhon, True Light effect to go ahead and set Wishes from the deck. Could have used the effect of special summon out Blue Eyes and then Maiden summon itself out, but they decide to instead go for set that, which I think that's fine because otherwise they could like cluster pop True Light, but that can't be their first action though, right? Because if they do that during draw phase, they just change True Light to set Wishes from deck. Okay, go ahead, pass, draw Maiden. I guess this is still fine though. Go main phase, True Light effect to summon, bring out Blue Eyes, and then activate Maiden effect, special summon itself out, and then now they're gonna go activate Cluster to pop True Light, and then True Light will pop the monsters off their field. Normal summon out Maiden, yeah, and then now they're going to go Field Spell effect, which, yeah, it's like, this is a little troll to be honest, because they were supposed to dump a Blue Eyes last turn off of this, and both players just missed it, so they actually aren't supposed to be able to do it here, because I doubt they're playing 3 Blue Eyes. Like, 3 Blue Eyes is, like, not real. Like, honestly, most people that I've seen are playing 1 to 2 Blue Eyes. Most people are on 2 Blue Eyes, but very, very few people are on 3. So they're going to go Field Spell, target, chain, special summon back out the Blue Eyes from the grave, and then dump Blue Eyes from the deck. Okay, and then thinking here real quick on exactly what they want to do. Battle phase, beat over Typhon, attack directly with 800, because it gets the Field Spell boost, and then go ahead, go main phase 2. Use those two to make a Spirit Dragon, which is summon 5. End of main, activate Nib. They said 1 sec. Yeah, it's 5 exact. Go ahead. Pass over the token with 25, 3000. Then pass, they draw into an Effect Veiler. So now they will go main phase, and they don't have any actual engine here though. Yeah, they don't have any engine here. So go main phase, and then now this is not a great spot for them. The Veiler's like solid though to be able to hit Spirit with Eyes of Blue. That's not very good though. It's something. It's something at least. Cause I'm trying to think about how this next turn will go. Oh, or we normal summon. Okay, that's fair. Normal summon. Go ahead, make the Legacia, and then Legacia effect. Yeah, I think this is like probably the better way to do it. Go ahead, pop token, draw Ash, battle phase, attack directly, and then pass turn. They draw on the Sage. And then go main phase, normal summon Sage, Sage effect. They Ash Blossom that. And then on res, field spell to go ahead and pop. Did they even have to do that though? Couldn't they have just like let them make Link 1? Like Link 1's not gonna do anything. And then yeah, because like this doesn't protect. This only protects blue eyes monsters, and this is a Eyes of Blue. Otherwise it would also protect those. So they could have waited until they made the Link 1. But now they go ahead and admit defeat. Moving on into game number 3 now. We will go ahead and see Judio decide to go first. We have Barrel, Maiden of White, Sage, Roar, Nib. They have Soufflador, Monster Searcher, Ghost Ogre, Imperm, Ash. Okay, so go main phase, normal summon effect to go set from deck, and then in response, Imperm that, and then link off into Spirit, and then Spirit effect to go search for the field spell. They Ash that, so that way they don't have the extra normal summon, which did hurt there. Maiden of White to go ahead place the True Light effect, they Ghost Ogre it, which technically we could have played around there. By going Roar, summon Blue Eyes, Maiden summon itself out, make Spirit, and then if they try to Ogre True Light effect, then we can Spirit negate the Graveyard effect of True Light to destroy our field. So technically we are losing an extra monster here. But now we're going to go activate Roar, special summon out Blue Eyes, Maiden effect, special summon itself out, and then we can go ahead and use those 2 monsters to make the Blue Eye Spirit Dragon, and then end phase, pass. Okay, and then it looks like they're just like looking at the graveyard and stuff. They have Barrel that will add itself back during the next standby phase, which is maybe what they're looking at. Okay, they're just lagging. Pass, they draw Ultimate Slayer. Wow, okay. So Ultimate Slayer will out the Spirit Dragon here. So main phase, Slayer, out that, normal summon, and then they have the Soufflador hand effect. I guess they could also pop and special from deck, and then Soufflador pop. If you pop blue and special from deck, you can't use the effect to search, but you do get another name in rotation. So they're going to go effect, pop, bring out the Tristaros, and then activate door, pop, special summon out. And yeah, they do not have a hand trap for that directly, which at this point, you've honestly checked for most hand traps, right? Imperm would have been set, or it would have been used right here. Veiler would be used right here. Ash would be used right here. So like what hand traps are like truly left, right? They're not going to have Bystials in their deck. They're not going to have Fua in their deck. So it's like Nib. I guess like Purge, because this deck does play Purge sometimes, so Purge plus Nib, those are like the last 2 hand traps I'd really be thinking about, unless I'm missing one. I guess like Lancia would be dropped here, but you can't really play around it. Droll and Lockbird could be another potential hand trap that we could think about. So they're going to dump the Soufflanier plus the Smiger, and then activate the Smiger effect, go ahead, banish, grab out the Inclusion from the decks of the hand, activate Inclusion, go ahead, grab out Cluster from the decks of the hand, and then effect, discard, special summon out, pop, and then, okay, we're going to pop the Inclusion to summon out the Tristaros, and then on that summon, because I was going to say, it is summon 5, because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, yeah, because this got summoned twice this turn. Then in response, chain, go ahead, special summon out from deck, and then synchro off into Samurai Destroyer, which Samurai Destroyer says that this card leaves the field because of an opponent's card effect. You can special summon a machine back out from the graveyard. So Go ahead, pass over the token. Samurai Destroyer effect, special summon out the Souffleur, which is fine. Yeah, okay, bring that out. Fine. Battle phase, go ahead, crash, and then use the effect to special summon out from the deck. Bring out a Tristaros. Okay. Couldn't they have just used that to summon out Tristaros in the first place? I guess they just wanted to get another Tristaros out of deck and was willing to pay 1,000 life points to do so. So pass to draw Sage, then standby phase, go ahead and add back the barrel. Yep. They're thinking about it. You would definitely just add it back, right? Like it's just a free card. Wait. Oh, no. You definitely don't add it back. I am tripping because you don't want them to make a free Synchro 7. I forgot for a second, like, this card actually is going to do something. I was thinking just add back, battle phase, beat over, but if we activate the effect to add back, then, you know, they're going to get this effect to Synchro. So it's better just to beat over, main phase 2, normal summon Sage, and then this should just secure us the game. Go ahead, Sage in the Maiden. Make Spirit with Eyes of Blue. Effect. Go ahead, grab out Field Spell. And then Spirit effect, Tribute, bring out Blue Eyes. Maiden effect, special summon itself out. Okay. Now from here, we're going to go Field Spell, normal summon out Sage with the extra normal. Grab out Effect Veiler. We have Maiden that can place the trap. So now we go ahead and make a Blue Eyes Spirit Dragon. Field Spell, target Maiden, chain Maiden, special summon back out Blue Eyes from the graveyard. Go ahead and dump Blue Eyes. Am I tripping or like send? Yeah, like they just keep forgetting to send off of this. This card doesn't just say target, it sends. It's crazy how they keep forgetting this and how the opponent is not catching this, and also how this is an Iron Man. So most likely it's at least 4 people, like 2 people on each Discord call, and that's like almost bare minimum. Like usually it's not one player playing a whole Iron Man by themselves. It can be, but usually it's not. Maiden plays True Light, and then go ahead and make another Blue Eyes Spirit Dragon. Switch to defense, but this already attacked this turn. Yeah, then end phase, True Light to place the Majesty, Past, or Ultimate Slayer. So I mean, they can Ultimate Slayer out one of these, so they're going to go ahead, switch to attack, and then Battle Phase, try to beat over a Spirit Dragon. They're going to go ahead, Majesty, pop that. This card's really strong in this matchup, being able to stop them from using their graveyard effects, so they're going to use the effect to search for a monster, and then activate Spirit to negate, and then on resolution, Spirit effect to tag out, and go ahead and bring out the ultimate version of it to beat something like Talons, and then, yeah, they literally can't do anything. Like, nothing in their graveyard does anything at this point. So if we just beat the card in hand, we win. And if we summon out Ultimate, that definitely beats the card in hand. Like, you have Ultimate plus Spirit Dragon plus Veiler. So, yeah, go ahead. GG said next is GeoStyly13. Okay, so now we got Judio YGO versus GeoStyly, and this is going to be the last match in the Iron Man. The winner of this match will be winning the $100, and we'll see Judio decide to go first, 40 versus 40. Gotta love to see it. Opening hands, we have Roar, Barrel, Blue Eyes, Barrel, Durasworm. They have Ash Blossom, Imperm, Crossout, Veiler, and Desires. So, go main phase, normal summon, effect to go set. They Veiler that. And then link off into Spirit, and then Spirit effect, they Imperm that. It's crazy how much, like, value Barrel got there, though. Like, it just, like, forced double hand trap. Activate Roar to go special summon out from the deck, and then they Ash that to stop them from being able to at least make Seal. Then they said Think here, activate Durasworm, go ahead, banish Veiler, special summon out, and now we're still getting access to Seal. Then past turn, they draw on the sword. I mean, solid draw. You know, drawing engine there is like what you want after stopping the opponent, especially when you have cross out in hand too. Desires draw on the Talons Cross. Okay, so we see Node banished. We see 2 Ice banished, and that's it. Okay, that's fine. And then now we have normal summon sword effect. Go ahead, grab out X Ryzeal. Battle phase, swing, and then if they want to use Seal effect, they're going to have to bounce back Sword, which we can still special summon at least. Then Seal effect goes special summon out Bestial Magma, effect to search during the end phase, which maybe we could have played that a little bit different there. Maybe we could have just, like, specialed out X, dump Mirror Logic onto this, and then they might use the effect, but I guess then what are we searching? We're just searching Sword. And then what are we doing from there exactly? Because we don't have node anymore, so it's not like our... Yeah, it's not like our duo can search that, which is a little weak. Oh, I guess I should also make sure we didn't banish, like... Okay, I was gonna say, make sure we didn't banish, like, the second and third copies of, like, Ash, Valor. Okay, so now... Dump Eclipse Twins, special summon out X effect, go ahead, grab out Sword, and then special summon out Sword, and now overlay to make Duo. Duo effect, the detach and go search, grab out the Ice Rizio, grab out the Plasma Hole, and then activate field spell, put back, and draw. I feel like this just isn't good though, right? I feel like this could have just been better if maybe we just made Detonator. Because now we're going to go, what? Special Ice and Duo? What? Special Sword? They already specialed Sword. They said suck. Yeah, they already special summoned out Sword this turn. Didn't you special Sword to make Duo? Wow. Went from like, went from Detonator Cross to Ice Pass. Even sent the Duo set where their trap's not live. Like, what? Yo, put me up against these guys. Come on. Magmamut, go ahead, grab out Druid Worm. And then go ahead, pass. I'll tell you what, I'm making them dump off their field spell. I'll tell you what, I'm catching that sword with the quickness. So now they pass, draw Fua. Normal barrel. Like, okay. Normal summon out barrel. And then barrel effect, they're going to go ahead and called by the barrel in the grave. And they couldn't add back the barrel in the grave because they didn't have a normal monster anywhere to be able to go ahead and do that. You need one on the field or in the grave to add it back. Then link off into Spirit. Spirit with Eyes of Blue effect, go ahead, search out field spell. And then now we go activate field spell, target, I'm guessing Bestial Magmamut, dump Blue Eyes White Dragon from the deck to the graveyard. And then activate Spirit, tribute, bring out Blue Eyes from the grave. Now we will go Jerusalem effect, special summon by banishing the Eclipse Twins. Yeah, definitely just banish the Eclipse Twins. Wait, we banish Seal? Okay. Interesting. Link off. Yo, make a decision. Okay, link off in the Lina. I swear, if they go Lina, target Eclipse Twins, you better, all I'm saying is you better hope you don't. I know they can Druid Worm Sun Ice, but if they activate the effect to target this, thinking that they can summon it, I'm gonna freak, man. I'm gonna freak. There's no way you just don't banish Eclipse Twins over your own Seal, right? Unless if they have a way to put Seal back, but they shouldn't. Not with what they have access to right now, unless they're playing some crazy extra deck card. Juris Worm goes Sun, Lina effect, target Ice. Okay. Special summon out the Ice. Also, I like that Geostylish. I like that Italian strat there. Try to summon the Ice to their field in defense. Summon it yourself, pass it over in defense. Don't summon it in attack. That's an Italian strat right there. That's a winning strategy. Playing to win. Okay, also, we don't... I guess we're not going to link with this anyways. Okay. I was going to say, because this does have plus 800 attack on it right now. So it's at 800. Because it was summoned off Seal. So, you know, it doesn't have, like, 33. But it still has 800. So we go ahead, swing. And we just link off with it. You should have attacked with it. It had plus 800. Then go ahead, link off, make SP effect to go banish the Duo. Banishes the Duo. Okay. Sure? I'm salty we didn't banish this Eclipse Twins. I'm not gonna lie. Like, that could actually be such a big difference down the line. Like, I think banishing Duo there is, like, fine now. But if we banish Eclipse Twins, maybe we didn't have to out this. Because if we don't out this, then they could, like, X dump Eclipse Twins and then special summon back out Duo, which we don't want. They draw Bonfire. And then go into main phase, Bonfire, grab out X Rizio, and then special summon out X Rizio by dumping Mirror Logic, X1 Mirror Logic 2 target SP, chain SP to banish Ice plus X, so that way they can play around Talon's take better on taking a level 4 monster. But does that even matter? Like, couldn't we have just SP banished itself? Because what if they, like, who cares if they take ice, right? I guess, I guess it's okay. But if they go special sword, sword effect goes surge. Let's say they don't have talents, right? If they have an ice or an extend deck, they're able to overlay anyways. And there's no way you can predict that they banished, like, 2 ice, 2 X off that, right? And also just based off how they've played, you can assume there's no nodes, so you'd have to assume, like, every card banished was engine. Like, so much engine. Talents to look at hand. Then they're thinking on which one to hit. They're going to go ahead and hit Fua there, which, let's actually think about that real quick. Do you hit Fua or do you hit Blue Eyes? I feel like, okay, so this can send from hand or deck to the grave, so it doesn't change this, but I guess it changes it a little bit, because, like, if they have to send from hand, that's obviously worse than having to send from deck. I guess Fua and Blue Eyes are both sort of bricks. You can also normal summon Fua, which could potentially give you a link play, even though they've already gone through Lina SP, so I assume most of their link plays are gone by now, unless if it's, like, a Celine play and they play that. But then you also have to get to Celine without having, like, Lina, which is pretty hard to do. So they're gonna go sword, special sword, sword grab out X, sure. I could have used the sword on summon effect of the first one, but go ahead and make detonator. Detonator effect, attach mirror logic. Battle phase, go ahead, swing over. Main phase 2, try to use field spell effect, but they don't have any engrave. Any engrave, by the way. End phase, bring back out X ice. And then go ahead, pass, draw into a copy of Nib. And then, okay, go standby phase, barrel effect, add itself back to hand. And then in response, okay, they're going to cross to negate that. And then try to make Typhon, but they only summoned from the extra deck once last turn. Bro, like, this IronMan went from, like, it went from solid to mid to whatever this is, man. To whatever. If they let this actually get summoned, that's crazy. Can't, you're right. Okay. So, on to the next game. We'll go ahead and see Jadio, YGO decide to go first. We have True Light, Lordly Load, Called By, Sage, Maiden. They have Called By, Talents, Nodes, Sword, Ash. So, go main phase, activate Load, and then in response, they're going to Ash. We're just going to chain Called By onto their only hand trap. Go ahead, search out the barrel, and then normal summon effect goes set. And it's really huge to have Drill Beam set up. Go ahead, link off into Spirit. Spirit, go ahead, search out Field Spell. Field Spell, go ahead, dump a Blue Eyes from the deck to the graveyard. Activate Maiden a White to place True Light from hand. True Light effect to set Trap, which I'm not too sure why we're doing this now. I feel like we could have waited. They're going to go ahead, bring out Blue Eyes, bring out Maiden, unless they're trying to play around, like, combination of Ogre plus Nib. Then go ahead and bring out Maiden, use Maiden to link into Spirit, then use those to go up into a Seal, because they have Load that can special summon out Blue Eyes, and they also have Sage that they can normal summon still to still make another Spirit, and they can add Veiler. So extra normal summon, effect grab Veiler, load effect, special summon back out Blue Eyes from the graveyard, and then use those to make a Spirit, and then go ahead and pass turn, they draw into Nib, and then draw phase, True Light to special summon out, so that way the Drill Beam is live, and then Maiden summon itself out from the graveyard, which they could have technically tried to Called By, but then they would just chain Spirit to summon out the Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon, which makes it so that way nothing can be banished from their graveyard. So now they go normal summon Node, on summon Seal effect, they chain Called By, which is a horrible Called By there, by the way. That was a completely useless Called By. Spirit, go ahead, tag out, summon out the Ultimate Spirit Dragon, and you needed to save Called By for Spirit. To be fair, you lose the game anyways, but what we should have done is normal summon Sword. Sword effect goes Surge, and try to approach it that way. The way that they approached it, like, guarantees the L. You have to put your opponent on make infinite mistakes here. Infinite mistakes. And they didn't, I don't think they gave their opponent that opportunity to make that many mistakes. So now, Seal effect goes special from deck. I think it's like, I don't know, it's like, okay, you really only have like 2 different play lines here, and I think they chose the worst of the 2. But I guess like they chose the one where like if the opponent does make a mistake, they get further ahead off of it at least. So I think it's like okay. It's like okay. Like either way you're losing. Like for sure. Almost for sure. You need your opponent to mess up really bad. So I think it's like okay the way they played it. I think it might just be like slightly worse though. Higher reward, much higher risk. Cause if I see normal summon node, I know you have sword in hand. At least that's what I'm thinking. Now we have Sage, Blue Eyes, Barrel, Load, Perulia. They have X, Bonfire, Cross, Sword, and Desires. So Perulia, very good card in this matchup. Draw phase, drop Perulia, and then activate Bonfire. Go ahead, grab out Ice Rizeal, and then activate Pot of Desires to go banish and draw. And then this will draw into a Plasma Hole plus Bonfire. Okay, so the Plasma Hole is honestly a solid draw there. The Bonfire, not so much. They banish Node again. They banish an X. Okay, so they just banished Node and an X, but the Node is like the big problem there. Well, not problem, but like, you know, it does suck that we lose that. Oh my gosh, normal Ice, Perulia draws in the Fua, and now we're just gonna get to draw even more cards. So now they're gonna bring out Sword effect goes search, grab out Ice, but we do draw another Barrel there, which isn't very good. Now overlay into Detonator, draw Veiler. Okay, so our draws off the Fua weren't very good, though. Draw Nib for turn. Yeah, they have Cross, Plasma Hole, Detonator, a Bluff Bonfire. So activate Lordly Load, Detonator to pop it, normal out Barrel effect to go ahead and set from the deck. They're going to Detonator to pop it. Okay, try to keep them off of the Link 1. Then they're going to go ahead and set the... Oh, they said misclick, so... Yeah, they tried to set Lordly Load there, and then said, no, I'm just going to set Drill Beam instead. Because Lordly Load doesn't actually do anything in this position. All it's going to do is allow us to special summon out of Blue Eyes, but that doesn't do anything. Drill Beam, on the other hand, though, actually does something, because it gives us the negate and banish because we have Blue Eyes, and then it also gives us more recursion, like guaranteed recursion later down the line. Well, I wouldn't say guaranteed, but... You know, if this gets impermed, this will still be in the grave at least. So no, that wasn't a misclick. We let a lot game 2. Oh yeah, game 2 when they had like Druisworm, Magma Mutt, Nib, or something like that. They linked off like 5 separate times, like with different monsters. Wasn't a misclick, you set the Lordly. Yeah, and then right here... Yeah, they call a judge. I was going to say, I noticed this part. Because I came in as the judge. So I said, hello, and here's the log. I guess we could also just pull up, like, the actual log here. So, they sent that from deck, or they sent that, and then they placed from deck the Lordly Load. And then 4 seconds later, return it to the top of the deck. 1 second after that said misclick. So, 4 seconds, they returned. 5th second, they said misclick. And then they placed Drill Beam from the deck. Then they said, no, it wasn't a misclick. And then right here, I go ahead and they said there is a dispute as to if the play is a misclick or misplay. So I tried to return it faster, but I'm on laptop, so it took a second. Logs are there, so I won't explain more. And I said, going by Coliseum rules, if you perform a misclick or incorrect game action, you have 3 seconds to inform your opponent about it and return to the correct game state. And this part doesn't matter, but I also just included it. If you perform a misclick and your opponent responds to that action before you communicate it was a misclick, you will be unable to take that action back. So, right here, you can see that it takes 3 seconds, and they took 4 seconds. And also, they said that I tried to return it faster, but I'm on laptop, so it took a second. But, you know, I went through the logs, and I don't remember exactly where they were. There was, like, different spots where, like, they would activate something, like normal Barrel, declare the effect in 2 seconds, activate Lordly Load from hand, declare the effect 2 seconds later. So, like, you know, I don't want to say 4 seconds is, like, too, like, in my mind, 4 seconds isn't, like, too long, but if everything else was taking 2 seconds, then I don't know if this should be taking 4 seconds, right? If it was like, oh, set, ooh, instantly right away, ooh, wrong card. I don't know. But either way, we just went with Coliseum rules. That's why, like, you know, I normally, like, I almost just always go by exactly what the rules say in Coliseum, because I don't want to, like, actually pick sides or anything, because, you know, I don't want to be accused of doing favoritism, because I'm the owner of the Coliseum, so it's best if I just go directly by Coliseum rules anytime that I can, especially in situations like this, where we literally have a written rule for it. Easy. Easy. So they go ahead and force them to set the Lordly Load. And then now go ahead, pass, draw into the Fua, and then go main phase, activate cross effect to put back. And this is like a huge difference, right? Like, them not having Drill Beam is a big difference here, because otherwise they would have Drill Beam to go ahead and banish, and they could either banish Cross, which I don't think you would do, right? I think you would probably save the Drill Beam for when they make an XYZ, because they can't make Detonator right now while this Detonator's on field. So they make a different XYZ, and then you could go ahead and out it, and then you have Nib. So they're going to go ahead, cross, put back, then draw on the Pot of Prosperity, which is unusable right now. Normal Ice, Ice effect, go ahead, chain Valor onto that. Special Sword, Sword effect, go ahead, search, grab out Ice Razio from the decks of the hand. And now they will send Detonator to special summon out Ice, and then overlay into a Detonator. Detonator effect to attach Detonator from grave. Okay. Then battle phase. Okay, they could have swung with the Ice and Sword and gotten more damage. I guess they wouldn't have the protection from Cross, though, against something like a Bestial onto the Detonator. So now they go ahead, swing, main phase 2, special X, dump Duo, X effect, go ahead, search out Sword Ryziel, and then activate Nib, and they're going to go ahead and cross to negate, and then make Dugaris. Dugaris effect attached to draw and discard. Draw Sword plus Ice, which, wow, this player's drawing so much engine this game. It's actually so unfortunate. The draws have been horrendous. Set Pot of Prosperity as another bluff. Pass, they draw Maiden, and then activate Lordly Load. They're going to Detonator to pop it. Okay. Now we go normal summon out, barrel effect, and then they're going to go Detonator to pop, and they're going to go ahead and set Drill Beam this time, you know, not making the same mistake as before. Maiden a white to go ahead and place True Light. True Light effect will now go ahead and set, and they said that's fine. So go ahead and set the Wishes, because I mean they could have Plasma Hold popped it and then attached a material to Detonator, which also, you know, giving the Detonator another material is very strong. But they're going to let this go there to go ahead and set Wishes, activate Wishes, discard, go ahead, search out the Sage and the Roar from the deck to the hand, and then now activate Roar to go ahead, special summon out Blue Eyes, and then activate the Maiden Graveyard effect to special summon itself out. Then on that summon, wait, set Thumbs Up? Okay. Oh, I think they set Thumbs Up, like, to the effect. Okay. I was like, whoa. Yeah, I was going to say, I think you just Plasma Hole, pop True Light, and then True Light. Well, I guess this will attach, and then True Light effect, Chain Link 1 to go ahead and pop their field. That's good. And then go ahead, pass turn, they don't draw because of Dugaris. And then go into main phase, activate Cross to go ahead, put back, and then draw, and then draws into a Solemn Judgment. Special summon out Sword effect. They're going to Drill Beam that, hoping that they don't have any more engine, and that they forget to switch this to attack and say battle phase, or even just Detonator pop Sword. So go ahead, out the Sword there, and then normal Ice bring out X, and then yeah, they just go ahead and say GG's. So yeah, Judio, YGO, not setting the Drill Beam was like, it was a huge mistake, and they did notice it pretty quickly. So at least they know where they made a mistake this game. That's always good to, like, look back at your matches sometimes and, you know, realize, like, okay, this is where I made a mistake. This is where I can improve for next time. Because Drill Beam there would have actually given them a chance to win that game, especially with how bad the opponent was drawing. Like, they definitely could have won that game. Like, that game was 100% winnable if the Drill Beam was set instead of the Lordly Load. Once the Lordly Load was set over the Drill Beam, definitely made it a lot harder for them to win this game. And the thing is, like, the opponent's draws off Dugaris too even made it, like, more possible, and the draw off Cross. All three drawing 3 and drawing 0 usable non-engine is crazy. But okay, that's going to be it for the Iron Man. So make sure to go ahead and check out the Coliseum Discord, link down below in the description. You can also check out Judio's YouTube channel, link down below in the description if you want to go ahead and check that out. And with that being said, the DB Grinder is signing off. Peace. Have a nice day. Stay safe.